Hello all you lovely runners. These are the 3 most frequently asked questions I receive from my FitMom community when it comes to running. Number 1, what shoes should I be running in? Number 2, should I eat before I run? And number 3, how do I increase my mileage without getting injured? So I have decided to create this video for you to answer these questions and give you even more information so that you can finally reach a stage of truly enjoying the freedom, fulfillment, and pure high that running can unleash. What shoe should you be running in? The running shoes that you choose play a huge role in injury prevention, how far you can comfortably go, and overall enjoyment of the sport. 1 kilometer can feel like an incredibly long way if you're struggling with blisters or foot pain. So here are a few things to consider when choosing your running shoes. Number 1, the surface that you are running on. Is it trail or road? Because that will be an entirely different shoe. Number 2, your mileage. Are you training for an ultramarathon or are you running shorter distances? Longer distances require a more cushioned shoe, shorter distances a more flexible training shoe. Number 3, the size. Remember, different brands in the same size can feel like an entirely different shoe on your foot. So you should have at least a thumb width between the end of your longest toe and the end of the shoe. Your gait, so that's your running style. This can usually be assessed in most running shops, and they'll be able to tell you how much your foot naturally pronates and where your foot strikes the ground, and then they can advise accordingly. And then, this seems silly, but your socks play quite an important role in your running experience. So make sure that when you do go and try on running shoes, that you actually wear the socks that you plan on running in, because your feet do usually expand due to heat when you run. Basically, to summarize, a good running shoe should allow for flexibility, durability, and support. Should you eat before you run? Whether you're training for a marathon or just getting some miles in for exercise, what you eat makes a big difference in how you feel on a run. Eating before you run gives you more energy, it helps with performance, and it can prevent mid-run burnout. It takes time for every runner to figure out what and when to eat before a run. It really is just a process of trial and error, which I advise you do on your training runs, not on race day. So this is very personal, and this is what works for me. Generally, if I'm going on a longer run, and I'd say that's anything from 90 minutes, I recommend eating a carb-focused meal a couple of hours beforehand. So for example, I'll have a piece of whole wheat toast with peanut butter, maybe a banana and an energy bar, or some oats with berries and a little bit of peanut butter stirred into that. If I'm going for a shorter run, which generally takes place quite early in the morning, I'm not going to have a huge meal, but if it's an hour run or 45 minutes to an hour, I'll have something small 30 minutes before, like a banana or half an energy bar. So while eating before a run is highly individualized, with a few simple experiments, you can find the optimal pre-run meal or snack for you. So please make sure that you do experiment, as I said before, not on race day, but on your training runs to see what fuel works best for you. How do you increase your mileage without getting injured? When it comes to running injuries, the most common tend to occur from overtraining. Here are a few rules that you can follow in order to increase your mileage safely and remain injury-free. The first one, which kind of goes without saying, is start slowly and build gradually. You can consider the 10% rule here. Basically, the guidance suggests increasing distance no more than 10% more than the previous week. For example, if you're running 10 kilometers this week, next week add 1 more kilometer to that total. But disclaimer, if you are a beginner, you might need to stay at the same mileage for an extended period of time in the beginning. Number 2, don't forget to vary your training. Hills, sprints, road, trail, fast flat 5Ks, cross training, and of course strength training. Number 3, it's very important to listen to your body. Knowing what degree of soreness is okay to push through and when to take it easy is part of a long-term running journey. Number 4, you have to prioritize your rest days and good quality of sleep. Active recovery, going to bed early are just as important for injury prevention and increasing distance as running itself. As you can see, I am a very passionate runner, which I've been doing for over 20 years. And I've spent many hours on the road and trails. So if you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch with me. One of my favorite quotes to remember is that one run can change your day, but many runs can change your life. This has certainly been the case for me.